We're here at Cartmel College, Barkers.
And we are here for the Nightline event, listening to some great music with the Art Gallery and Animus Twin. So, come along.
Let's go.
Come on.
I'm here with...
I'm Luke.
And I'm Tim.
And you're part of the band.
We are Animus Twin.
So how long have you guys been a band for?
We've been playing together for a few years now, but we used to have a third band member called Danny, who was the electric guitar player, who was a master's student at the uni as well. But then he had to move back to Madrid, so Luke and I decided to carry on playing together, and then here we are tonight playing our first gig.
R.I.P. Zaluta. This is for you, bro.
So how's your first gig going? Like, has it been good? Has there been any hiccups? What's it been like?
Well, like, we haven't played yet, so sound check wise, in the end it sounded all right when we got the vocals going. Yeah, just hopefully not going to be all feedy backy, but I guess we'll see. Just going to rock out and enjoy it, I think.
Yeah, it's come together nicely, I think, hasn't it? We've only been playing just the two of us for about 6 months now, I think, and so we started like getting a set list together and thinking we might be close to having enough to play a gig, and then we got this organised, and it's not time to see how it all comes together, I guess. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. Very excited.
Yeah, and Tim's just been away actually for 2 weeks in Australia, so we haven't had a chance to have a jam. So we just snuck in a quick jam before this. So yeah, Tim's still on Australia time, so fuck knows what he's going to be. I'm not sure if I can swear. Can I swear? Oh, fucking no. We'll see. See what makes the cut.
Exactly. But you guys are doing really well then. Australia time. Wow. Wow.
Should be.
Wow. That's really impressive. I feel like I forgot to ask like the really important question of what genre you guys are.
I'll start then and then pass it on to you. Genre-wise, I don't know. I would say some kind of like heavy alternate rock. I mean, some people, or one specific person who's helped organise this gig, seems to think we're punk, which we are definitely not punk. But I guess vocally, when I'm doing the singing, I can't sing to save my life. I'm more of a shouter, so I guess that's where the punk kind of element comes in. But riff-wise, it's kind of like, I'd say, groovy, alternate, heavy, rocky, bit of metal-y, that kind of stuff. Timothy?
Yeah, we've got like some. When we first played together, with us being like a drummer and a bassist, the obvious like inspiration was the band Royal Blood. So they're kind of like a rock band, but they're only like a two-piece. So the first things we played together were just some covers of their songs, and so we're going to play like 3 of their songs tonight. But yeah, I think our own stuff is a bit heavier than what they do. Probably like vocally in some of the music, it sounds a bit like Rage Against the Machine, but like somewhere between Rage Against the Machine and Royal Blood is our kind of genre, I think. Yeah, and some interesting lyrics as well. So, but we won't spoil the surprise.
And what are your aspirations for the band? Like, where do you want to go? And as individual members as well.
I know what our aspirations are.
Oh, here we go.
We've got one aspiration, which is to play in the pub in Lancaster. Because it's a really good venue for like rock music. So every time you go in there, every time I go like drive past it or walk past it, you can hear music coming out, and it always sounds like our kind of band, the stuff we play. So like that's one of the things we want to do, is just play some pubs in Lancaster. I've not really thought much beyond that, to be honest. I'd be quite happy if we just play the pub in Lancaster.
So yeah, we're doing Australia, New Zealand 2026, and then we're hitting Asia 2027. He's trying to play it down, but yeah, we pretty much fucking made it already, so yeah.
Very impressive. Thank you two so much for your time. I hope tonight goes really well. I will be watching from the crowd, and I can't wait to see you perform. So thank you.
So do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do for the JCR for Cartmel?
Yeah, so I am Vice President, very broad term, I'm basically in charge of events at the college. We've done a couple fundraisers like this before with Nightline. We always like collaborating with them. They're a great cause, what they do for students on campus. So tonight's mainly been focused around the music. So we've got Art Gallery and Animus Twin in. Very punky bands. It's a very specific niche, but I feel like that's always good. Being able to kind of cater to certain audience on campus, especially. So yeah, getting them in has been great. And then just doing that in general. So just running a lot of events, especially music, because Barker's is such a good venue, and it always should have music. I feel just given big hall, beer hall basically with all the tables laid out wherever way it is. Just getting music in basically. That's been my main role, and just trying to keep that going basically. So yeah.
That sounds really good, and something that I do want to speak about is the punk vibe. Are you an avid punk rocker, or is that something that you've now had to grow to love?
Yeah. So I would say I'm more of an indie head, more than anything else. Yeah. I think I was able to see Peter Hook live a couple years ago.
Yeah, see, that not registered.
Bassist of Joy Division. Really, yeah.
I've heard Joy Division.
There you go. Yeah. So. Really good to see him live, and he's like punk legend. Okay. I think, anyway, in my opinion, he probably is. But so that's like dipping my toes into it. So it's like obviously with these two guys, they wouldn't be my typical cup of tea, but I feel like being able to, because obviously my go-to would be more indie. Citrus Tax, Paragon, they're great on campus for that. They're at the Summer Ball last year. But I feel like trying to, diversify it a bit more, getting different groups in is something we're always looking for. So definitely, we always, as a JCR, we definitely want to be, reaching out to groups like that and people coming towards us to play. Because basically, if you want to play music at Barker's, we want to have you. That's how we feel with it. So it'll be great to always feel it with music. So.
That feels really good, like to know that everyone can feel seen and represented in a way at Barker's. Yeah. And something that I do also want to mention is like you said how you like your music taste is very indie. Yeah. What's the difference between like this is not indie whatsoever, but like the beer keller, like that event compared to this? Like were there like things that you had to approach quite differently to the event?
Yeah. So definitely two big different genres, and in terms of like the planning that goes into it, it's different types of events. So obviously tonight is a bit more low key, just obviously with the groups we've got in. Luke from Animus Twin works at Barker's, so it's been quite easy to be able to reach out to him and get to work with him. Beer Keller Night was completely different beast. That was working with an external group, obviously getting them in to work Barker's. And in terms of their audience interaction, everything like that, they're very engaged. Beer Keller's always a great night. We always do that every year, and just being able to get them in as well. So yeah, it's you definitely approach it differently. And I feel like it's always good to do that with every type of group. I feel like if you have too much of a universal plan, then it definitely makes a night less almost enthusiastic. So definitely having that different type of tact each time is always good. Yeah.
And is there anything that you would like to promote that's going to be happening at Cartmel very soon? I know as an avid Cartmel person, we do have lots of events happening, but is there anything that you would like to mention?
So we have our winter ball. That is always great. Make sure you're there. There's 35 tickets left, so definitely get your ticket. But as we wind down towards the end of the year, I know there's going to be a big campus bar crawl. Barker's will be involved in that, so make sure you're there. And we will try and get some music as well. Fingers crossed. So hopefully we've got that. But yeah, basically it's a case of we just want more music. And especially going into second term, I'm going to be stepping back from more of the event side of things and more into media and comms. Hopefully, if I get re-elected, vote Oliver Williams for VP Media and Comms. Shameless plug. That was a shameless plug. But yeah, it's definitely a case of whoever takes over this role is just being a communicator and finding as many events as possible. Because our main thing is we hold really good events. They're always really strong. We get good turnout. But it's about quantifying it and making it more happen and having more like this, and especially when it comes to fundraisers, because it helps boost presence. Yeah. So especially for Nightline, being able to attach music to this, it's symbiotic in that the two things work around each other. I know Nightline tonight, I think we raised about 60 quid for them, which is always really good. Yeah, and it's really nice to be able to know it's contributing towards something, especially such a good student cause with them. So yeah, it was a really good opportunity. And so yeah, basically towards the end of this term, still events. Second term, hopefully more music. And yeah, so watch your space, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, watch this space for Cartmel. You know, I feel like there's a lot happening, which I'm really happy to know from someone like from the Cartmel perspective, to know that there's going to be a lot more happening. I know I was there trying to get tickets for the Winter Ball when it came out. I was messaging my friend being like, please send me the actual link. I need this link right now. So I know, yeah, the anxiety was happening that moment. I was like, I need that ticket right now. You know, but
I was surprised how many that went. It was a mad rush at the start. Towards the day. So we released it at 12 p.m. And within a couple hours, I think we sold about 140, give or take, out of I think we had about 240 in total. So it was a really good start. And since then, it's slowly been trickling. So definitely make sure you get your ticket. They will sell out soon. So yeah, jump on that. And yeah, it'll be a really good event. DJ there as well. So there will be some sort of music, photographer and all that. So yeah, it'll be a really nice night for any freshers especially. And even me personally, I've not been to a winter ball before, which almost sounds awful because as someone in the JCR, but no, from what I've seen and everything like that, it seems like a great team we're working with, and in the entire evenings. Going to be really good, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
You're making me feel like, wow, like lots of. I'm really excited now. But one thing I do want to ask as well is there anything that you've been particularly proud of that you have achieved as part of the JCR as well, and in terms of events as well? Has there been anything that you have been proud of that you have achieved? Like with tonight, for example, raising that money is really good because you're helping a local cause for campus as well. So is there anything that you've been proud of in this position?
So Freshers Week was definitely one of it's always a nightmare for any JCR, but it is a good nightmare. It's great. And the team working that's required for it, and just being able to really get together as JCR and say, look, we've got, I think it's 30 plus events we had this year, and being able to look at that and think, we're all going to do this together. It's going to be a nightmare of a week. It's going to be non-stop, but it is so rewarding. Yeah. And it really is. Looking back on it, I still do not regret a thing that happened over Freshers Week. It was great. Being able to, especially recurring individuals coming up to us as a JCR and, initially starting off a week really shy and really anxious towards the, I've just started here, I'm in Lancaster, and, my family's just gone and stuff like that. And then towards the end of the week, seeing them integrate with their flat and make more friends, it's so heartwarming and it's so nice to see. And it really, it's one of the core reasons why I'm so happy to be in this JCR. And again, to be rerunning and staying here the next year, that is one of the main reasons, because it's seeing that we can really build that community. And as a JCR, that's what we do. At baseline, we are community builders. And we do that in so many different ways, but Freshers Week being such a pivotal moment for so many, me being a freshman when I came into it, I'm from Kent initially, halfway down the country, and being able to come up here and have a JCR facilitate a bunch of amazing events off the back, work of their own backs. This is just us doing this basically. We've got funding and stuff like that, but this is, it's coming from us. For teams to be doing that, it's really good. It's really heartwarming. So, yeah.
I feel like that's an amazing way to end this interview, just to have that important, really message there about people finding themselves at freshers as well. But Cartmel College is really the place to be. What's the motto? Living the dream. There we go. There we go, guys. Live the dream. Live the dream at Cartmel. Live it. There we go.